Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be doing a deck profile for the brand new Slowking VMAX that revealed. Slowking V and VMAX card revealed today along with Blaziken V and VMAX. I'll have a video out on that one in a little bit. But this one is going to be with the Slowking V and VMAX. First of all, apologize if I say Slowbro V or VMAX throughout the video. They're very similar. And if I do say Slowbro, I mean Slowking. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the brand new card Slowbro VMAX is a single strike darkness Pokemon. Now right off the bat, since it's single strike means you can use the single strike energy, and darkness Pokemon means it hits weakness on Dragapult, so that's okay, I guess. But the main reason you're playing this card is for the attack. For a darkness and a colorless, you do 10 damage, but your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned, and you put 12 damage counters on your opponent's active when they take the damage from the poison instead of 1. So right off the bat, you can see how powerful this can get. Since it has a base damage of 10, it means you can actually use single strike energy and other single strike things to actually increase the damage. If it didn't, there was no base damage. If it was just your opponent's active Pokemon's poisoned, you wouldn't be able to use all the damage increasing things like that. But since we do, it means we can use those cards. So we have access to Houndoom to essentially turn this into a 1 energy attack, which is very nice. And we're also having the 3/3 Krogunk. The Krogunk has an ability that poison Pokemon take 20 more damage in between turns. So that is really nice. So a single Krogunk can make our attack deal essentially 150 damage, and 2 Krogunk makes it deal essentially 170 damage. That's not even adding in your single strike energy and things like that. So that's the main combo. We have Houndoom do power up our attacks. It can do an extra little bit of damage. Krogunk to make us do extra little bit of damage. Since we have quite a lot of Pokemon that we need to set up, quite a lot of stage 1s that need to evolve, we have 3 Gossifleur with that Call for Family attack that lets us search our deck for 3 basic Pokemon and attach it, and not attach it, and just put them onto our bench. Now, going behind on prize cards can be good in this list specifically because we have Research Stamp, but we also have this new card, Karen's Conviction, which when you play the card, during the turn that you play Karen's Conviction, your single strike Pokemon deal 20 more damage to your opponent's added Pokemon, which means if your opponent takes a knock on Gossifleur, that Karen's Conviction can really help you hit the numbers. And then we have the standard stuff, Crobat and Dedenne, to round off the Pokemon. Our supporters, we have the before mentioned single copy of Karen's Conviction, but we also have 4 research, 3 Boss's Orders. Boss's Orders is really important because our opponents, they're going to be poisoned. We also have Dust Island, things like that. We also have 1 copy of Bruno, which reads, I think it's shuffle your hand to your deck, draw 4, but if one of your Pokemon was knocked out during your opponent's last turn, then shuffle your hand, draw 7. So that could be another nice way to draw some cards, and it is searchable as Reader's Power with this card, which we'll get to in a minute. So that is the supporters. We have 4 research, 3 boss, 1 Bruno, 1 Karen, sorry. Next we have the 4 quick ball, 4 communication, because we do have a decent amount of Pokemon. I believe we have 21 Pokemon, and 2 evolution instants, because we have 3 stage 1s that we want to get out, all by our second turn, preferably. We have 3 copies of Switch. That is fairly obvious. We have 3 Gossifleur. So a lot of time we are going to be starting it because we have 3 copies of it. But in case we don't, we have Quick Ball, we have Calm, and 3 copies of Switch that we can dig for with our Dedenne, with our Crobat, and our Research. 2 copies of Research Stamp just because it's normally okay in this list to go behind on prize cards. You're going to be going behind on prize cards naturally by using your Gossifleur to set up. And we have new 2 of these new item cards called Welcoming Lantern. And it reads, put a single strike supporter from your discard pile into your hand. So it's first a seeker, but for single strike supporters. So this allows you to get back your 1 of copy Karen's Conviction, 1 of copy Bruno. 3 Dust Island, which is a stadium card, and a lot of people, I'm just going to tell you what it does because a lot of people probably don't know what it does, but whenever each player switches their active Pokemon from their bench Pokemon using a trainer card, the special condition Poisoned is not removed and is moved onto the new active Pokemon instead. So it means even if your opponent plays a switch and switches their active Pokemon out, the new Pokemon will have those 12 damage counters of poison instead. You could run a copy of Absol in this list too. That wouldn't be bad, just to make it so that maybe your opponent, maybe like 2 Absol that you can get out, maybe if you want to do that, to make you raise your opponent's retreat cost so they can't retreat, because the poison will get removed if they retreat. Only Dust Island only moves the condition if it's switched with a trainer card. And we have 1 copy of Black Market Prism Star. So 4 stadiums. Black Market can turn your Slowking into a 2-price Pokemon, which is spitting out a poison that deals 160, like 120 upwards of poison damage in between turns. 4 single strike energy, because as before I mentioned, the attack does have a base damage of 10, which means it can be increased with single strike damage modifiers such as single strike energy. We have the Houndoom to help you charge it up, so you can charge up a Slowking in 1 turn. And 5 darkness energy. Now this is one thing I forgot to talk about at the beginning, but the Galarian Slowking V is actually decent too. That's an attack for a colorless energy. You discard a card from your hand, and if you do, you drop 3 cards, so that's pretty decent as well. And I actually really like the second attack on here. For a darkness and a colorless, so the same attack cost as the attack on the VMAX. At the end of your opponent's next turn, their active Pokemon is knocked out. So this is actually a really, really good pre-evolution, I think, especially because the VMAX is doing poison damage. They might be using up their switches to get the poison onto another Pokemon. In the right matchups, you might want to even not drop the Dust Island, so they use their switches to remove the poison, and then you can use the Slowking, which means they only have 1 switch left in their deck, maybe even 0 switches left, which means that instant knockout at the end of their next turn can stick. But yeah, that is the premise of the list. Just do a whole bunch of poison damage with Slowking, help keep that poison damage in play with Dust Island, deny prize cards with Black Market, have a little bit of disruption in the form of Reset Stamp, and yeah, I think that's going to be it. This is the Slowking VMAX. I think it's a pretty decent VMAX. I'm not exactly sure when this is going to come out. I think it's going to come out in the summer, in our summer set. But when it does come out, I'm pretty sure things will not have rotated yet. So this list will be valid. But yeah, for now, that is going to be it. I hope you guys liked it. If you did like it, make sure to subscribe. I do a whole bunch of Pokemon deck profiles, things like that. Like the video if you liked it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.